there's a car on my drive that I don't recognise. I don't want to meet them, I'm scared. I've never actually had a McChicken sandwich and I'm off to get one. I'm not going to get one, I know this, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I know if I go in there, they're only serving breakfast.
But there is a way around it. We can get one delivered at the same time whilst I'm making a homemade clone as best I can. That's going to be really interesting because it might be warm. I genuinely don't think I've ever had one. I've got nothing to compare against until the actual official one turns up later once they can actually make them and my other one is ready. The timing could actually be pretty darn cool. Welcome to today's video. Let's homemade McChicken sandwich. I cannot believe I didn't get an Egg McMuffin, and I also cannot order the McChicken sandwich yet because they're still doing breakfast, so I'll have to keep an eye on it. The good thing is the McDonald's website does summarise it quite well, so it did help me with what type of ingredients to get. Alright, so if I just do a screen grab, this is what I'm looking right now at the UK McDonald's, all right? Crispy coated chicken with lettuce and our sandwich sauce in a soft sesame top bun, a true classic. So the plan was I was gonna eat one and be like, oh, okay, now I know what I'm cloning. However, I've done clone chicken sandwiches before, like Chick-fil-A and things, and there's an abundance of recipe clones online. But if you look at the BAP there, it is kind of golden. It might just be flash photography, and I actually know the photographer randomly that did that photo. So to me, compared to the chicken, those buns are actually exceptionally golden. They also give me a throwback to a meme that I've seen of a guy with like his head that looks like a burger. Randomly, I have that on my phone. I'll put that on the screen too. So underneath that toasted bun, we've got the sauce there, the lettuce, and of course the chicken, which actually looks fairly pale in comparison to the shininess of the bun. And actually in other countries, I do believe as standard, you get a slice of cheese. We could probably add that on there, but I'm gonna try and stay true to the original here in the UK, which of course, inevitably, we will see later. So let's get going with the sauce. Some mayonnaise, which is the body of the sauce, apparently. I'm really excited to try this, and I love the fact that I'm going to try an authentic one too on the same day. You get to witness my... Yeah, this is exciting for all of us, hopefully. You get to watch me eat. Some of you guys actually like watching me eat. I do get fed well, honestly, hence my figure. So, we've got some onion granules, garlic granules. I don't know why I'm calling them granules. I normally call it powder. It just sounds a bit more fancy, doesn't it? In here is some white pepper. I was really genuinely thinking white pepper would look like this. This is sugar, a teaspoon of sugar. It says paprika is optional. Paprika is never optional. And here is some vinegar. You can use lemon juice too, but we have got lots of vinegar in the house at the moment. That smells very pungent. Wow. Can kind of take my time a little bit because I'm genuinely waiting for McDonald's to open. Sorry, let's just look at the image of that chicken sandwich again. Look at the colour of my sauce and that there. But however, we do know about food photography. We did a video years ago where we actually screwed pepperoni and put PVA glue in with the cheese to make it stretchier. I love that I could actually message my friend and he could tell me, but he would probably lose his contract. So I'm not going to do that, but that genuinely looks like glue. Ooh, well that is gorgeous. Of course, the mayo body is dominant, but then you've got like the zing slightly. The sweetness contrasts too, and mild like onion and garlic notes. You're not really getting the paprika, which is absolutely fine. It doesn't look like PVA glue, but it tastes really good. Right, I'll keep this in the fridge. So it uses a seeded bun. I've got a few of these so we can maybe compare with the one that arrives at McDonald's. But the actual photo, like I said, it was a really golden, glossy brown colour. So this is actually a brioche bun, which McDonald's would 100% not use. It was just, I really wanted to get one with a golden colour on top. As much as the sauce is now not white, I feel like this bun is very close in colour to what that photo at least produces. But maybe not what we receive from actually McDonald's. But what I'm going to do is actually toast them because before we serve it, we can actually steam it. Which I was reading is what McDonald's generally tend to do. I'm not sure if the buns arrive toasted. I'm fairly certain they toast them there. But someone did suggest that they get steamed too. And in fact, even if they don't, I think the delivery driver in their bag, it's actually going to be naturally steamed in his bag. Yeah. Ooh, ugh. The other thing which some of my patrons have told me about, you can probably get the actual McChicken sandwich patties. You can buy McRib ones in bulk. There's a website, I forget the name now, where you need a membership. I really want to go to town on the chicken because compared to some of the other chicken burgers we've done in the channel over the years, like this is like a fairly normal one. Must stay strong. All right, nice and toasted, and we can revive it by steaming it in a bit. And other than the chicken, we're pretty much there. So we better get one ordered. I literally had to wait for it to get to 10:50 to open up. So we've just actually timed that pretty perfectly. And as I'm ordering the McChicken sandwich now, it comes with the sandwich sauce, the shredded lettuce, the chicken patty, and the bun. I love this. You can actually order it without the bun. We could have a naked one. But we can add a cheese slice, we can add bacon or ketchup. I've got all those things here, but I think we stick to the original. So it's £11.18, a delivery fee of £4, an extra fees by the platform for £1, £16.70 for two of them. All right, it's on the way. So here's a chicken breast with some cling film either side so we can... Actually, some of you guys might not know, but I did do a video where I went and learnt how chicken nuggets were made. All of these seasonings we're putting in, apart from celery salt, are genuinely in their nuggets. I saw that happen. I could probably say this now, but back then I couldn't. Like, it looked when I... It all looked really legit when I was there. But I will say this, it did look like they put on, like, knowing that I was going to be there with my camera, it seemed like there was like double the amount of staff compared to normal. I do remember this, though. There was this one guy that his job, and they rotated this job. It was like, I think every 1,000 nuggets, like they had to take a slice out of one. Because what happens is they get cooked and they get flash fried and then frozen at sauce and then just get quickly fried in the restaurants. But like there was actually someone that had like a little mini fryer like what we're about to use. And they would fry up a chicken nugget and their job was to taste it for quality control. I bet that is the ultimate job for about one day. And then you've got them like passing you on a conveyor belt. And they actually got 4 shapes. I never knew that as well. A bell, a boot, a ball, and a bow, I think. As I bring that in, see, this is the thing. I'm going to try and make it potentially round and it might not be like that. I'm basing everything off of like a high quality image designed to make you want to buy one. It's like the idea of making the seasoning for the chicken in here. Just old school, isn't it? Paprika again, flaky salt, garlic powder, onion powder. I'd actually like to put this into the coating itself. And that's that white pepper again, which that white pepper really did change the colour. I would say that is one of the most dominant ones in that sauce. Well, that smells amazing. Wow. I do still feel guilty though, at one stage this was a doorstop. But there we go, that's the seasoning for the chicken. So I cut this with some food scissors. I'd say it's probably not the best circle I've ever done, but it's looking a lot more chicken patty-ish. It's still like slightly thicker, but I think that's the thing, when you're doing it homemade, just go for it. But we're just getting that coating and pressing it into the chicken. Might as well do the sides as well. And then the other side too. But I can't imagine McDonald's necessarily having like it seasoned like this. I don't know. Like I keep saying, we're about to find out any minute. I could get a knock on the door. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then this needs a coat. We've got a classic dredging station here. The one thing I'll show you here, and you might struggle to see it, in this bowl here is not just plain flour, that's towards the bottom end, but also some corn flour, also known as cornstarch. Now, if I actually just put the image of the chicken McSandwich thingamajig on the screen right now, I forgot what it was called then. The chicken is like got that really nice light coating, and by adding the corn flour, it does help give it that sort of lighter, crispy element to it. It kind of works with the classic flour too, so we're just mixing that together. So let's sit the chicken first of all into the corn flour mix. This is really just to dry it out. I feel like I've been doing this quite a lot recently, and I've completely mucked up there because I talk about doing the wet hand and the dry hand. There's my wet hand. But there really is a skill to this, and once you master it, you can actually get fairly clean with it. Use your dry hand if you want, but at first I like to use a fork or a spoon to lift it on there. The dry hand again, so shaky, shaky. Oh look, that's really well coated to be fair. There we go, back in. Once it's in there like that, just keep one eye on your other coating again, because we're going to go again. Just give it a nice little platform. Like literally have a little bit to lift on the top like that. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Okay, so it's still not left McDonald's. I've just warming up tuck for that authentic fryer experience. You could shallow fry it in a pan if you wish. I'll probably make a load of these actually after we're done filming. Oh, I just got really excited. I thought the delivery is here, but my postman's come early. I feel like like a nosy neighbour, like peering through my blinds like this, going, "Where are you, chicken sandwich? You're late." So if I was genuinely hungry and wanted one, I would be pretty disappointed by the timescales. My phone is on loud, so my cameras might go off. If you have the same brand of camera, don't go to the door. There's not a McChicken sandwich there for you. However, if you try this, there might be one for yourself. When we did the recent video where we upgraded microwave burgers, one of the really cool tips we learned, we're gonna steam the buns in the microwave. Damp cloth, we'll put it in together, just get it nice and wrapped, and that can sit in the microwave ready to be steamed for like complete freshness. So this is just personal choice, and on a previous kitchen gadget video you can get something called a lettuce knife. But look, a serrated knife like this, just go down nice and fine. So I'm going to keep that in a bowl of water nice and fresh. I'm genuinely listening out for my security camera. It's not gone off, and we are pretty much ready to go. Now of course the great thing with a fryer is, oh my word, look at that colour. If I want to revive it, I can plunge it back in there But that is looking amazing. It's going to be a McChunky McChicken sandwich, if that's all right. I am literally waiting. I should have just driven there. Folks, it's out for delivery. We've got Zara, who's got one more drop-off to do, and the Volkswagen Lupo coming in 9 minutes. She's got a 99% feedback rating. I don't want to know about the 1%. Genuinely, if this is not possibly the best advertisement for you to make your own homemade, if it tastes good, and you can put your own spin on it, I don't know what else it is. Why am I so excited for a McChicken sandwich? It's on the way. I mean, not like I made my own homemade one, but my first try. Okay, this is going to be interesting. There's a car on my drive that I don't recognise. I don't want to meet them, I'm scared. So just leave it outside and run. I can smell the chicken. Right, let's get out there. God, it smells blooming gorgeous in here. Let's see what we're working with here. Right, so. Ooh. We've got okay, a fairly golden bun. I think I would have been fine with just a standard burger bun, to be fair. The ones in the shop were paler. You've got the sauce, which to be fair is white. It does look a lot like mayonnaise. It does smell like it's got a bit of tang to it though. The lettuce on there. There's nothing on the, okay, toasted bun, that's all dry, so we need to remember that. And this thing. And it's kind of oval shaped, so it looks like it could be a smaller chicken breast or maybe even a fillet, just squished very, very thin indeed. Right, let's have a try. That actually just tastes like a massive chicken nugget in every sense. The bun is chewy, it's got that classic McDonald's taste, almost like a sweetness to it, and there is a sweetness and a zing, a mild, very mild zing to the sauce. It could even just be mayo. I feel like cheese would be good in it. I can see why other countries have that as standard. The lettuce is just basically acting like an edible blanket, really. Bit of crunch. It's passable. I would actually eat this again. I like the way that the sauce is working really well with the chicken. In one big bite, when it's all sort of drenched together, it really works. On its own, the chicken, with it working together, it does kind of moisten the chicken a little bit because it is quite dry. It's basically a massive chicken nugget, isn't it? Right, let's build our one. For research purposes, I might have just had another bite. It's actually all right. But homemade, let's steam those buns. The moisture from the kitchen towel just to get it going. We'll get everything out. Nice and warm. There is our chicken patty. So slightly larger. That's okay. I don't know if it's just me, but with McDonald's, I always think of like the Big Mac with like putting diced onions in, and I'm so surprised, but actually slightly relieved because they're raw onions, aren't they? I'm slightly surprised, and actually it's quite nice that they're not in this. I don't know if I'm missing that, but I would say, look, we've not got that PVA colour on our sauce. We've got to be completely honest about that. Like, this smells fresh. You can smell spices and things. So I'm building this upside down so that I can just kind of, I don't know, rip some of our lettuce onto it and just let it stick. I'm sure when they're building these frantically in a restaurant, they don't really do this. And to be fair, I should probably put some on there as well, because when I turn it upside down, it's all just going to fall off that isn't actually stuck to it. And I probably will eat all three because I'm fat. I don't want to, but no one's going to want it cold later. I'll go on a big old bike ride, eat an apple for the rest of the day, but hey ho. Push it down. Oh my word. Look at that! I might ring my friend and try and get a job as a Muck food stylist. I bet that's a fascinating job, isn't it? A homemade McChicken sandwich. Let's compare it. What a difference. Is there a way of making it look a little bit nicer? It looks so dry. But there is a chunk of mayo there. Okay. To be fair, this one actually looks like way too big to eat, but once we get it into our hands, I think it'll be fine. We're about to find out. This actually looks deceptively tiny now, like it should be a biscuit. That is McClucking nice. Wow. The flavours, the spices. I think that recipe, and there were many that I could pick from, and a lot of them had those spices in there. I don't know if it's all in that crust, you know. The chicken is the dominant thing. The texture's in there. It's not been minced up like the nuggets happen, and I think that's been minced too. That's just pure chicken breast. The lettuce was okay, the toasted flavour of the bun came through stronger, but also the softness from where we steamed it. The sauce is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And I was kind of thinking, is it like an iconic thing like the Big Mac sauce? Like that didn't jump out to me. It helped, oh my gosh, that is so light. It helped it. It helped fuse it together, whereas these are all individual elements that taste fresh. Oh, that is so good. I really want to add a little bit of lemon juice, and in fact we could have done that instead of the vinegar for some acidity. But that is absolutely gorgeous. My first McChicken sandwich, followed up by a homemade one. I know which one I would choose, but of course, I don't hate McDonald's. When you're in an emergency and you need a quick fix, sometimes it gets you by, and I think they do actually get more criticism than other places that possibly should. That's all I'm going to say on that. But just one more time. Oh, that feels so light. Mmm. It's chewy. That's the main texture. You're getting chewy from the buns and the chicken. This is just an upgrade in so many ways. I might do some more homemade McDonald's stuff. You guys always seem to love it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've never actually had one. So hope you enjoyed the video, folks. I'll see you again next time. Bye.
Where are you, chicken sandwich? You're late.